What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thomas Dolby. And once again, big shout out to Stan for sharing this and much, much more. And as I mentioned, the next journey I'm going to start from the material he sent is Cabaret Voltaire. And perhaps before we get to the next Dolby reaction, that will kick off. So I appreciate the patience. In any case, the next tune on Astronauts and Heretics is Neon Sisters. So yeah, it's a very vivid title. Neon gives you a sense of the color scheme and visual intensity, and sisters, of course, you can interpret more biologically, more colloquially, meaning two women or more who are close. You could see it as indicative of a particular organization or movement, sisters who are united in a particular cause or function. Of course, it could be the name of a dance troupe, or it could be something more narrow and specific. And if it is a proper noun/name reference, like from the actual world beyond the narrative of the song, then I am not familiar with it. So let's give it a listen. This is Thomas Dolby from his 1992 album Astronauts and Heretics, and the track is Neon Sisters.
This song is for a friend, because I never had a chance to tell him.
For
sure if I heard that line correctly the first time, but yeah. Okay, a lot to say. I will mention that some of the lyrical slash vocal lines I didn't hear clearly because there was a lot of like reverb and echo on his vocals, but I did hear that line about a dirty needle being stuck into your veins, and given what he said at the very beginning in that spoken opening, I'm guessing someone died from an overdose from an illicit chemical. And there's also that line about like their fire burning bright, but something about like not having a chemical. I don't know if I heard that correctly, but yeah, my assumption is that someone died from an overdose before the narrator could tell whatever needed to be told. And then he's making reference to them being the Neon Sisters, so it sounds like it is like a proper name reference, but maybe specifically and exclusively within the narrative of the song. Nevertheless, like, I guess it's telling how much like neo-noir slash like cyberpunk I've seen, that when I was thinking about neon, of course you're inclined to think of a neon sign, maybe the most common context in which you see that word. I thought of it like a neon sign on a dark and rainy night, so there's almost like that like steam coming off the neon sign because of the cold rain hitting it, and sure enough that seemed to be sort of the atmosphere that he suggested right at the beginning. But beyond those little visual and conceptual details, I didn't hear enough of the lyrics to get a clear sense of the story here. So yes, I'll look forward to Stan and or Mark commenting, but yeah, it definitely feels like there's a sadness, a like what could have been, or like if only I could have done this before this tragedy or before this premature end came about type of vibe to the lyrics I did catch. Sonically, it has a bit of an epic scale or scope to it. I enjoyed the mixture of a bit of energy and drive, but also I was focusing mostly on the melodies and to the melodic sound of his vocals, even if I wasn't hearing the words clearly. And as I said, it had a bit of a spacious feel to it, I think in part because of the reverb or the space on the lyrical delivery, or the affecting of the lyrics or the vocals specifically. So yeah, a cool tune. I look forward to hearing any insight that might be available. We're working our way toward the end of the album, though once again, I think there are a couple bonus tunes on here. Shout out to Stan, not only for sharing a lot of music, but for the patience as I have gone through it. Do let me know what you think, and the Sleeping Luca and I see you for the next one. Peace.